Hey y'all, so you seem to really enjoy the quick recaps I did after class last week and included in my recap. So I wanted to do that really quickly. Um, I've had a little bit of a rough week in terms of just kind of like my health and whatnot. So today was nice to have class, but honestly just wasn't feeling my best. I guess update on my diversity class. I don't even know how to say this, but the same lady that I had to that I mentioned a couple weeks ago, tonight she said she didn't believe in critical race theory, and I just don't really know how to respond to that. I'm laughing because it's pretty ridiculous. I do plan on putting out a posting kind of on that for those who aren't familiar, but that's, I guess, what's happening in my mind right now. But in terms of the classes themselves, they were great. So I'll have a full recap right after this.
That's how I'm feeling. I normally would record these on a day where I have my makeup done and I look a little bit better. At least my hair is okay, conditioned it earlier. But I wanted to record this because I just got out of a meeting with which I think is really going to set the tone for a while. And so I just kind of wanted to capture what I was feeling and what occurred and whatnot. So yeah, I decided to record this today. It's Wednesday. Normally I record these on like a Thursday or Friday and kind of recap what happened, but I'm gonna go ahead and just dive right into it. So one of the things that I didn't know how to or why to do when I was an undergrad or even a grad student is meeting with my professors. And so I knew that starting this program, one of the things I absolutely wanted to do was build some rapport with them. Like one of the things I can't do right now is contact any of my previous professors and ask them for a letter of recommendation. I just don't have that kind of relationship with any of them. I didn't keep in touch with any of them, nor was I stand out enough, I feel like, in the classes that they would even remember me. There is one professor who might, but I haven't talked to him in over a decade. So, and I didn't want that to happen again. So when I started this program, I decided that I was going to make an effort to meet with each of my professors and just so that they know my name, they know my face, those sorts of things. I did it last semester. And the topics are really like, sometimes I'll ask about questions that were of things we're working on, kind of just say like, hey, I'm just really interested in getting to know you, or I know this about you, can you tell me a little bit more, so on and so forth. So a couple weeks ago, my diversity professor mentioned something that caught my attention, and and I asked her to repeat it, but I must have either not written it down right, or when I searched it online, it just wasn't coming up with the things that I was hoping. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it doesn't come out in the video. It wasn't coming up. The information I was looking for wasn't coming up, or what I think it was. So I wrote it down like, okay, make sure you ask her about this. And then just like some other stuff have come up that I'm like, you know what, I think she might be able to like have some insight about this. So I reached out to her and asked to schedule a meeting. And the faculty that teaches the courses I'm in are not full-time faculty. They have other jobs, other things going on. So they're very, very busy. Not that those who are full-time faculty are not. It's just that teaching at USC isn't their main gig. So I really try to be respectful of that as well. So it was really excited when she was like excited and yes. And I mentioned in my last recap that she had given me a little bit of kudos and that was really exciting. But also like I'm assuming she's proactive with all her students. And in any case, we just had the meeting right now, and I can just tell you, one thing I emailed her, and actually I shared with her Latinx in academia, what I'm working on, so she may actually be watching this. But one of the things I shared with her directly is that conversation just really lifted my soul. And one of the things I continue to struggle with is just not necessarily do I belong. Like now I do firmly believe that I belong in this program, but just getting really frustrated that I don't see myself in a lot of my colleagues and a lot of the professors. And that's really difficult. It's really frustrating. It makes me angry, and it makes me really also motivated to change it. And so anyways, I spoke to her, and she shared with me such validating thoughts. I think, I just kind of told her mentally where I was at, the heaviness of the research. She gave me some pointers there. um, Expressed an interest to continue to remain engaged in what I'm doing, and so I definitely will. She will be someone I continue to connect with even after the class is done. And she one of the things I really appreciated about her is she asked me, what are your thoughts on the program? Like, how are you feeling? What do you think? And I'm not sure that anyone with authority has asked me that. So I get that question from like friends and family and whatnot. And I kind of give an answer. But I really felt that question was so important to me because I really felt like it had an opportunity to, like, this is what it is, but not just say it, but say it without consequence, which is really, really important. I don't think that if I would share, I've had hesitation to share some of the things I'm not happy about with my advisor. And by the way, when I say advisor, it's not a faculty advisor, it's like a success coach or like success advisors. Or with like some faculty members that I know, I've considered even like, should I email? I can email the dean. Like, I've emailed him before about something else. And I haven't, because I will be honest, like, I do worry about the consequences of saying those things. I'm still very early on in the program. I don't know, like, there's still a lot of hesitation to like shake things up, right? So anyways, it was just really great to hear her, like, have a genuine interest, like, what do you think? And I was able to tell her and to say. And so some of the things that I kind of shared offline, I don't think I've shared here, is like, I go to USC, and USC is very much known for like their network and their, the fight on, and like just all that. Like, I don't drink that Kool-Aid. And I don't know how else to say that. I know it's really like cheesy, but like, believe me, like, I'm looking at this as from a consumer perspective. Like, I am paying them a ridiculous amount of money. Like, best believe I'm going to take every single thing I can from them. So I'm also not going to give them like free kudos. They're not paying me to like promote their product, right? Like, your education is a product and you pay for it. Whether you pay for it in straight up like payments, loans, time as a TA, research that you give them, like, you are paying in some way, labor or otherwise. So I have a very like I said, like, consumer conscious like way of approaching it, and so they shared some of that with her as well. Yeah, and then just kind of explaining like the struggle, like, one of the things we talked about is how, like, also she brought up something really interesting that I thought. She said that the class that we have, the diversity class, is one of the least diverse that she's ever taught, and that typically the mix of students is a little bit more, or there's a better mix of students in terms of ethnicity and race, and that this semester, and I thought that was really interesting because I've kind of felt that way in all my classes. There's not that many people of color. There's still more white people than everyone else put together. There's like less than 10 Latinx individuals in the program out of like 80 something, I think, is what our cohort is. So I thought that was really interesting. And then, just talking about things like, I shared with her like that I always think like you can't be what you can't see. And of course there are exceptions to that, but it makes a difference to have that visibility. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but she's a Black woman. So yeah, she's not Latinx, but she's a woman of color. And that means a whole lot to me, like an incredible amount. There's a lot of allyship maybe that I feel you know, that I'm able to connect to there. And obviously, again, similar to what I said last time, like our struggles are not the same, but some are similar, and that's really important to me. So, yeah, I guess I just wanted to share, like, it was a really great conversation. I'm so glad that we connected the way we did. Um, I think that I'm hoping that she'll continue to play a part in my academic journey. Um, and yeah, it's just really exciting. Some of the other things that I will recap, I don't want to take the whole time, is I shared a little bit, but I did get my second COVID vaccine on Friday. So now about 5 days ago, and it knocked me on my butt. It was definitely worse than the first one. I was out for about 36 hours with symptoms. I had a temperature this time, which I didn't last time. Um, by the time the 36 hours came around, I was more or less back to normal, just a little bit still sore, and headache is something that's like persisted beyond the 36 hours. So I had a little bit of a rough week this week in terms of kind of just getting back into it. I was lucky that I didn't get behind in anything, but it just kind of slowed down my momentum a little bit, which is fine. My body probably needed the rest anyways. The other thing I did this week is I started a fitness challenge. Like, I need another thing. I just started a fitness challenge that's been going very well. If you follow me on my personal page, you'll see me kind of checking in and whatnot. Um, and then the last thing I will say is, like, I am really moving ahead on a lot of things for Latinx in academia. I'm attending a program to really launch some of the things that are already in the works as our community event calendar. If you haven't seen it, it's on our website. I haven't really said much about this, but I will do a formal launch at some point. So that's in the works as well. So anyways, I hope you guys continue to enjoy these. I hope you appreciate them, and that's it. I just really thank you all for being a part of my journey and coming along with me on this wild, interesting, hectic ride. So thank you all. Bye.